Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shuffle here. Well, I was searching for credit card news online and this article caught my eye in the Reno Gazette-Journal. We may never know why Nevada politicians put $2 million on campaign credit cards. So politicians and political candidates in Nevada since 2012 have put about $2.1 million worth of unknown charges on campaign credit cards. And it's actually not against the law because the law only requires them to broadly categorize the nature of spending, okay, of their campaign contributions. So literally they're not itemizing, they're just reporting, oh, we paid this much to American Express for, and you know, the category they put that spending in could be like dining or travel expenses or something like that, right? It kind of reminds me a little bit of this scene from The Wolf of Wall Street.
Your dad's coming. Something about the American Express bill?
Can you get him out of here?
Look what you got here.
What?
Look at this. $26,000 for one f***ing dinner.
Okay, no, this could be explained. Dad, we had the Pfizer clients.
Right, the porterhouse from
The
Argentina.
expensive champagne and the wine. We had to buy champagne. And you ordered all the f***ing sides. Tell them about the sides
I
you
ordered
ordered.
the sides, so...
Sides?
Yeah.
Sides? $26,000 worth of sides? What are these sides? They cure cancer?
I love that movie. And actually a similar thing happened in Nevada. So a $400,000 charge, which was supposedly for State Governor Brian Sandoval's 2011 inaugural ball at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas, was charged to an American Express card by the inaugural committee. And apart from that, Governor Brian Sandoval himself has been the biggest individual spender in the state on campaign credit cards since 2012, racking up $271,000 in only vaguely categorized credit card bills. Now, like we said, this isn't illegal, and State Assemblyman Paul Anderson, who is one of the biggest offenders in this, and is also chairman of the Growth and Opportunity PAC, had this to say about it. I don't know that there was much thought to disclosure one way or the other. We just did what the contribution and expense reports required us to do. It's always easier to look back in hindsight and say what's right or wrong, good or bad, but I would do exactly what we did. We were transparent and we abided by the law. Well, Mr. Anderson, a new law in the state of Nevada will require politicians and candidates and PACs to fully itemize expenses starting in January 2019. That might lead to some awkward situations.
And EJ Entertainment. What the f*** is EJ Entertainment?
Well, that's,
Yeah, Jordan, what's
how
EJ
do I
Entertainment?
describe this?
Jordan, what is that?
It's a f***ing prostitution ring, Jordy.
I know.
That's what it is.
That is what it is.
Okay, I don't know if it'll really be that bad, but interestingly, the late state assembly candidate and brothel owner David Hoff blasted the Growth and Opportunity PAC's credit card spending for so-called undisclosed travel and office expenses as, quote, funny money. The PAC was the second biggest credit card spender in the state since 2012 after the governor. So maybe some Hoff's businesses benefited from some of that spending. You never know. On a side note, Hoff actually died after a party celebrating his 72nd birthday at one of his brothels, but still won his election in Nevada even though he'd passed away. Polling places even put up signs saying the candidate was deceased, but people voted for him anyway. I mean, I guess they were voting for the party rather than the candidate, and the Republican Party have said that they will appoint someone to replace him. Alright guys, so that's basically the story, and there are a few reasons why you might want to put political campaign spending on a credit card. Obviously the one we're going to think of as, you know, credit card points and miles enthusiasts is going to be the huge amount of points that you could accumulate from that. So if that $2 million was all in the travel and dining category on, say, the Sapphire Reserve, for example, that's unlimited 3x back per dollar on travel and dining. So literally, you would accumulate 6 million UR points, Chase UR points. Cashback value would be $60,000, but if you used it for, you know, business class, first class flights, 5-star hotels, you could be looking at hundreds of thousands, even $1 million in value for the redemption of those points. So it really is pretty significant. Now, the second reason, just to report, you know, to put things on credit cards in that state is that the law only requires you to just disclose that you paid X amount to a credit card company, and you don't actually have to disclose what was on the credit card statement. So if you wanted to hide something, such as charges at a brothel, for example, which we just have to point out, brothels are legal in Nevada, so the act of going to a brothel isn't illegal, but using campaign funds for something like that probably does violate the agreement between donors and the politicians, or break some law or something. So it's definitely not good, and it's not good from a moral standpoint either. But that new law will be coming in January that requires them to itemize their spending from their credit card statement. So guys, what do you think about this story? I think it's pretty amusing. We probably will never find out what they spent that $2 million on, because the law is coming in January to get them to itemize. But it is pretty interesting and pretty funny thinking about it and wondering about it. If you guys are interested in putting your political campaign expenses on credit cards, why not check out some of the best credit card offers from our partners, where you can go earn bonus points for all sorts of different categories, not brothels. And yeah, if you use our links, just remember it does help out our show, and we very much appreciate it if you do. Check those out below. As always, please subscribe to the Credit Shifters Show. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.